Hi, welcome to Learning Monkey. I am Vikram. In this class, we'll try to understand array in C. So the concept of array is another feature of C which is very important to understand, which is very frequently used in any programs. So let's try to understand that array in C. Before that, we'll try to understand some basic concepts on variables. So far, we have seen different types of variables. So the variables are broadly divided into two types. One is scalar variables and the other one is aggregate variables. Variables are divided into two types: scalar variables and aggregate variables. Scalar variables, the variables that we have seen so far, like int, float, double, char, so all these variables come under scalar variables. And the aggregate variables, in this group we are going to come across with the aggregate variables are arrays and structures. So what is a scalar variable? Scalar variables are capable of holding a single data type. So what is a scalar variable? A variable which is capable of storing one single data item. So far we have seen int. If you take int a is equal to 10, so that a is capable of storing only one data item. If you want to overwrite the data item, we have to after overwriting also, so that variable a is capable of storing only one data item. Such kind of variables are called as scalar variables. Similarly, what is meant by aggregate variables? Aggregate variables can store a collection of values. If a single variable is capable of storing a collection of values, then those kind of variables are called as aggregate variables. Array is an aggregate variable. Other than that, we have another kind of aggregate variable, which is what we call it as structures. So the concept of structures we'll try to understand in our later videos. Right now, we will try to understand about an array. What is an array? An array is a data structure containing a number of data values. So it is a data structure. It is the structure that is used to store the data containing a number of data values, which contains a number of data values. Within a single array, we can store number of data values, all of which have the same data type. So the important point to understand is, if you are willing to store 10 values in an array, all the values in the array are of same data type. Okay, so each value is called as an element of an array. So each value in the array is what we call it as an element of an array. So let's try to understand how to declare an array. So how to declare an array is int a of, so this is the declaration. These are the brackets that are used. Square, open square and closed square brackets are used with the declaration of an array beside the name of the variable. So name of the variable is a, and within the square brackets we have to provide the number of elements to be stored, the number of elements that are getting stored in this variable. So for example, if you take it as 10, and we have to provide a semicolon. So with this declaration, what happens is we are creating an array of elements. In that we are having 10 elements. In that array we are having 10 elements, and all the elements are of type int. See here, we are going to have a number of data values, 10 data values. There are 10 number of data values, all of which have the same data type. So the same data type, we have declared it as 10. So all the values in the array are going to be integers. So this is what we call it as an array, and it is also called as an aggregate variable, a variable which is capable of storing multiple values, which is capable of storing a collection of values. But here we are going to have all the values are of same data type, and each value of the array is what we call it as an element of an array. So let's try to visualize this array. So how can we visualize this array? So every concept needs to have some visualization. Let's try to visualize this array. In our future classes, we are going to use this kind of visualization. So this is how we can visualize an array. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. See here, this is an array A. So whenever we declare an array of this type, whenever we declare these lines of code, and whenever this line of code will get executed, this is how we can visualize that array. So an array will be created with name A, and it is having 10 values. See here, 10 values are there. So the next doubt that we are going to come is in our mind is it is how to access the elements of an array. So we are going to store the values into the array. So how to store, we'll try to understand in our later videos, how to initialize the values and how to store the values. Those concepts we'll try to understand in our later videos. Assume that right now this array is stored with 10 values. So the values are 1, 2, 6, 9, 24, 3, 6, 4, 6 is already, oh okay, we can have the same values again. So again 6 and 26. Let's assume that these are the values that are getting stored in this array. Now how can we access these elements? How can we access these elements is it is done by using index. What is meant by an index? Every array, every element of the array means this box. Every element of the array means it is this box. So every box is indexed by a number. So always the index, so that is what we call it as array indexing. So every box is provided with a number, which is what we call it as an index. So array indexing. So each value, so the starting box of this array is going to start with 0. With n elements, we are going to get n minus 1 indexes. So the last index is going to be n minus 1. So 0, we are going to start the first array element with an index 0. Next one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. With 10 elements, the indexing is going to be start from 0 and it is going to end up to 9. With 11 elements, what is the index values? What are the index values that we are going to have? It is from 0 to 10. If 20 with 25 elements, 0 to 24. So this is how the arrays are indexed. By using these index numbers, we can access that particular element from the array and we can use it in our programming as we are willing to. For example, if I want to print an element in this, print this 24. So how that can be done is, how can we get the 24 from the array and how can we print that array? That value is, it is printf, all the elements are of type integer, so %d. So the index is given within these braces and the value of that index has to be given. See here. So by just giving a of 4, we are going to get this element 24, and so what happens with the execution of this line of code? So what will get printed? It is going to print 24. For example, if I want to print 16, what we have to give here? It is 6, a of 6. A of 6 is having a value 16. So the value at that particular index will be accessed. So will be accessed and we can use it as we like to. For example, I want to add the values of this value, array value stored in a of 3 and the value stored in a of 7. So I want to add these two. So how can we do that? Assume that we are taking a variable called x. In that x, I would like to store, I would like to do the sum of a of 3 plus a of 7. So what we are going to do? So here what happens with this line of execution? A of 3 will get filled with 9 and a of 7 will get filled with 4. So we are going to add 9 plus 4, we are going to get 13 and 13 will get stored in a variable called x, and this x should be of type integer. Okay, so this is the basic understanding of an array. Hope you got the clarity on this concept. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon for the latest updates. And if you have any doubts regarding this concept, please post your doubt in the comment section below. And if you feel that this video is helpful to you, please give us a like symbol and please share this video with your friends so that they will also get benefited. Thanks for watching.